Hey beautiful, great to have you back. Don't miss out on any episode. Follow me on Facebook where you will receive additional information. Just look for Tita May, and for now I wish you a lot of inspiration. Aloha and welcome to today's episode, my dear ones. I'm truly sorry because I'm back from Paris, but I'm sort of not really in the whole practice of having the whole, I don't know, how do you say? See, now I can't even speak English. No, I can't. I've been speaking English a lot in the last couple of weeks, so it's funny that my head is going weird right now, but I guess it's the whole situation. What I meant to say is that I'm trying to get back into my whole routine of every week to get the podcast out to you guys a little bit earlier than today. But I think the last weeks have been a little bit challenging, not in a bad way, but in a way of excitement and a lot of things happening and going on. On an energetic level, I think I've told you about the 2 weeks in between the full moon and the new moon last week, or this week, I mean on Monday. That those 2 weeks were energetically especially strong to bring up old patterns for us to look at and to release them and to give us space to grow into something really new and beautiful and to see our potential. And I believe that I felt it this time. I even felt it a lot on a physical point of view, that I've had weird sensations in my body the last week, especially after the new moon. Weirdly after. Usually I have it during the whole time, but this time it was after. And for me, on an emotional level, I wanted to share with you what happened with me during these 2 weeks, because I think that it might help you to maybe see some things for you a little bit differently. And what I want to tell you is that I had a really awesome time with my family. I think I told you in the last podcast, my sister got married and we had family come over from the States. I'm currently living in Germany, and I have family over from the US, from Ecuador. We had friends come over from Mexico and Peru, and it was really a beautiful reunion of a lot of friends and family, and the wedding itself was beautiful. I'm really thankful to my sister and her now husband, because they really had a great party planned for themselves, and I think it turned out really beautiful. They loved it, and that was the main thing, and I think everyone attending loved it too. And we had sorry. And then we had a great time with our family looking at the castles, and afterwards traveling to Paris and hanging out there with our family. And it was really, really, really beautiful and a great time. But, and that's the part that I want to share with you, my inside part inside of me had certain things, I would say mirrored, like reflected on, because there were moments where I kept thinking, my family or the friends that were with us, that I was doing something wrong or I wasn't doing it good enough. And I'm sharing this with you because this used to be a very big topic in my life before, a couple of years ago, and I've been working it through the last years really very good. So it was a little bit weird for me to actually become aware again that there's still something there with this topic. But the thing is that it wasn't that they said I wasn't good enough. It wasn't that they did anything. They were as normal and beautiful as always. But, and that's the part where I believe, and that's one of the things I think I believe our family reflects on us, especially the topics and problems and emotional things that we have that are really, really deep, because we were born into that family. So that family gives us the topics. I believe that we all chose our families to have certain topics. So the interesting part about this is, of course, that whenever you see your family, that's when you start reflecting on especially those deep things. And for me, the good thing is that throughout my life being here in Munich, I've been living here with my sister. So it was very good between both of us to reflect those things and to grow together, because it's really a beautiful thing where we both grew together. And also when my parents came to Germany, I had time to reflect things with them. But there's still some parts, and that's what probably happened with family from further away, because they also have those things. And if I am still owning certain emotions and topics and problems that I used to have, or that old patterns that I took from them, of course, at the moment they appear, even though we see each other only every couple of years, that's when I start reacting to them. And that's what actually happened. And that's why I'm saying it's not that they acted wrong, but it's that I perceived it wrong, because I still have those patterns. So at first I was trying to blame things on a lot of other things. But, and that's one of the things that I love about my sister, because when I'm with her, I can reflect a lot of things. So I asked her and we started reflecting. And in those reflections, I started realizing that it's not them, again, because I try to find my reason, not them, because I don't want to blame it on anyone. But I was trying to find what was bugging me and why it was bugging me, until I realized that it was actually, I wasn't feeling good enough. I was feeling like I wasn't offering them a good time here in Europe. And that, of course, got me thinking, because this is really an old pattern that I've been working through, and I thought I was done with it, but hey, there it was again. So I started working on it, and I'm still working on it. And I think this wasn't the last time it appeared, because it has been one of my big patterns that I have to shift. The self-love and self-respect and self-worth topic, and seeing it appear there again, it was important for myself, on one hand, to see that there's still something there and I still need to work on it, and on the other hand, also realize it's all in me, because again, there was no one that did anything wrong or anything. It was just my perception of things. And I'm very thankful that it happened, because it gave me the opportunity to look at it and to start working on it again, because probably maybe the last couple of months I wasn't looking at it too much. And what I want to share, why I wanted to share this with you, is just to give you an example of what could have or could come up with this energy that was here in the last 2 weeks. That was very challenging, and that was one of the challenges. And what I'm trying to say is that we're always going to have challenges like this to look at, old patterns, topics, emotions that come up, that are shown to us, reflected to us by people surrounding us. And the important thing is to acknowledge it, to look at it, and to let go. Find your ways on how to let go. And most of all, don't allow that to destroy the good time. So what I'm trying to say with this is, because I remember like really long time ago, I haven't done that in a couple of years, but I used to be very emotional. So I would really go up to someone and be mad at them, even though it's not their fault, because it was just my own reflection. So the idea is, allow yourself to have the emotion, but don't react on it, because that might break things. Don't react on it. Allow yourself to feel whatever you have to feel, but be cautious and look at yourself. Why are you feeling that way? And then you can start work through the whole thing. And then you can actually let go. and you can live through that, and it's okay. It's going to be okay. What I wanted to say is it's going to be okay. You're going to be fine after that. If you work on your emotions, on those old patterns, you're going to be able to release them. And I'm saying that because it's important not to take something and put it back and then, like put it aside, push it aside. If you keep doing that, it's going to be like you're pushing it behind your back and putting it into a bag that you're pulling behind yourself. And you're going to be pulling that weight. So allow yourself to feel emotions, to work through them, and to let them go. And that's why at the beginning I told you that I still had a great time. Because even though I was feeling this and I was working through that, and for myself, working through that emotion and asking myself where it came from, because I didn't see it from the beginning, but I was working through that. And I was doing that by myself in dialogue with my sister, with myself, and doing that with me without finding any fights or anything. In peace, in love. And I was able to see the innocence of the others. I was able to let go of that emotion, and I was able to actually have a good time with my family. And it was beautiful, and we really had a great time. And I think my grandmother had the best of all times. So that was really fun to have. But what I wanted to share with you is, on one hand, if you have old patterns come up over and over again, don't be too mad at yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Allow yourself to just have it, because certain things that we have are so deep because we brought them in with our families, that they take time, and they have different faces. And you can have one face where you look at this part of this whole pattern, and then with a different person, other parts of this pattern will come up. But they're all intertwined and they all belong together. And I think that's the important part, to be able to make a step back, to say, okay, I'm going to look at this. I'm not going to be angry at anyone. I'm not going to scream at anyone. I'm not going to start any fights. I'm just going to look at it because something is bothering me and I need to look at it. And then you look at it, and then you find your own way how to work with that. And have that for yourself. And allow yourself to still have good times with good people, and still working through your own topics. And I wanted to share this with you, especially because of old patterns coming up right now. Right now, I think we're going to have a time to relax a little bit, but September and October are going to have 10 consecutive days of portal days. So those 2 weeks, I would say, we're going to have, are going to be very important for us to work through stuff. So for next time, when this whole wave of emotional changes will come, so that you can be aware and look at it for yourself, and just see it as a positive challenge where you can look at it, you can change it, you can transform it, and you can let go. And that's what is going to help you to move on faster, and it's going to be easier. It's not, I don't want to bring fear, or I don't want to make you worry that old patterns are going to be coming up and up all the time. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say is it's a good opportunity. It's something that can make you grow and become a better person. Just look at yourself, be mindful with yourself. I recommend to be honest as well, because sometimes that's not easy, and I'm saying that because it took me a while to recognize what the problem was, because I was only half honest until the point when I finally was honest with myself, and then I realized, oh my God, this is what's there, and that's what I have to change or transform for myself. And for you to hopefully have the strength and the certainty, it's going to be okay, because whatever comes up as an emotion, you're going to change it, and when you come out in the other end, you're going to feel good and you're going to feel better and you're going to be better for yourself. So, yeah, I thought that was important to have for the upcoming energetic time. Yeah. I hope that inspired you a little bit to look at your patterns. Yeah, I hope it was some good see, I'm going back into that pattern. No, I know it was a good inspiration, and I hope I know you had fun as well, like I did. And I'd like to wish you a great weekend, a blessed time, a time to reflect for yourself, and a lot of strength to move on and to be the best you can be. Until then, wishing you a good time from my heart to your heart. A big aloha mahalo for tuning in, and talk to you next week. Bye, guys. Thanks a lot for tuning in again. I hope you were able to get some good takeaways for yourself. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and leave a review. And if you'd like to receive some more inspirational information, sign up to Tita May's Weekly Inspiration, which will be coming soon. You can find the link on my website, www.titamayola.com. I'm looking forward to inspire you some more, and until then, aloha mahalo, e ho'o mai kai kako, e ahui ho. A loving thank you from the heart, a lot of blessings for everyone, and hear you again next time.